the way we handle family business. This all has to be handled correctly.
Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
What up, though? You know who it is? It's your boy King Coach, man. You know, huh? Oh, I'm about to go all the way to the other
What?
one. You want to go do it? Want to go do it? I thought he was going to go through it. I ain't going to go through it. I got the whole bars ready. You know?
Oh, man. King Coach in the building live. It's
Live.
live here today, man. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good time for us to be talking about some men's mental health.
What the hell?
You know, how everybody doing today, though?
I'm
First
good.
and foremost, man.
I'm good. It's early. I like this.
Early.
It's cool.
We'd never filmed this early, so
Ever.
yeah. We stumble over some things, say some things wrong. Forgive us now.
I didn't get coffee today, so.
Right, I got mine.
I am coffee.
I don't even
You
know
know
where I'm
what
at right now.
I am
He
coffee.
said it's like
Let's
the
go.
morning after, but it's earlier than that.
Way earlier than that.
Yeah.
Right,
Let's
right.
go. I am coffee.
Well, let's get this men's mental health awareness topic started. I'll start us off with a topic that's kind of hit me close to home today, something I was talking about this week in my, I guess you could say, counseling sessions. But I was talking about being in Detroit here. You got to have a thick skin living here, man. Some people, you can say hello if you want, but you might take on a little more than a hello back, you know? So you got to tiptoe around certain things living here in Detroit. And one thing as men that I realized this week that I tiptoe even around is wanting to help other men when you can, because you don't know how they'll receive it. Because we as men sometimes, I don't need no goddamn directions. I ain't stopping at a gas. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm doing. And I don't know about y'all, but when I hear that from somebody once or twice, it kind of shuts me down. And I may have valuable information to give them. And when I go to the next person, I'm carrying that on to them saying, damn, well, I ain't gonna help because he might do what other person did. And we stop that effect of helping each other with information. Like, Coach, you are a motivator. You may be able to help me with something. You know, you with music, singing, you could help me with something. You engineering. And if I break down if I have a barrier in front of me, a look of, I know what I'm doing. I can't receive that as a man to make me better. And I just wanted y'all dialogue about this, knowing when and where to help another man, and how do you feel about it? Not so much financially. I'm just talking about like information more so. You know, just like, yo, I know something that might help your situation.
Yeah.
How you feel about that, Coach?
Man, so I got two ways of looking at this. If I know the person, you know, personally, then chances are I've already kind of dissected how they are, right, as far as how they receive information. So I use my kids for an example. I have 5 sons, right? And I got 2 of them that if I just give them information, they won't receive it. But if they come to me for the information, then they'll receive it. The other 3, I can just give them the information. They're going to take it right away and be like, okay, bet, this is what it is. So if I know how you are and how you receive the information, then that lets me know how I can proceed with either giving you the information or waiting for you to bump your head and then come to me for the information that you need. As adults, like friends or things of that nature, I'm big at learning you as a person. So I can see like, oh, okay, when I said this, he kind of shut back a little bit and shut down. So let me wait and see how the door opens up so that way I can give it to you in a way that you can actually utilize it in your life. Because the worst thing to do is me give you information, you ignore the information, and then you find out way down the line that you actually needed that information. And now we both sitting here looking like, bro, we could have avoided this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We could have avoided this. I got a brother that's locked up right now. He's on year number 25. And it was all because he was kind of in that same boat. He was like, nah, I already know. I know this information already, but you don't.
Right.
He was 16, you know what I'm saying? So what you thought you knew 16 years of.
Right.
But then you had older brothers that could have told you that was 22, 23, 24, whatever, that could show you like, no, when I was 16, this is what it looked like. Be careful when you talk to this person because they're going to try to only use you for certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it went into one ear and out the other, and now 25 years later, we still looking like, man, we probably could have changed that a little bit.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. That's kind of you touching that topic. That's kind of exactly what I'm saying, man. How we just withhold information because judging them or them judging us. But how do you feel? I heard you say when you know someone, you get to know how they are. What about a stranger? You in a grocery store, you hear a guy behind you talking about a situation that you may be able to help with. Do you interject in those type of things?
In that situation, I interject. You know what? Yeah. I'm not going to see you again, possibly.
Right.
So I'm going to give you the information now.
See, me, I
got
don't. I don't know what the fuck this nigga on. He say something stupid. I'm looking like, damn, I wish I wouldn't fucking say shit.
That's my profession, though. Like,
okay.
So when I get people come to my coaching sessions, right, 9 times out of 10, only one part of the couple wanted to come in.
Right.
Generally, it's the woman that sets the appointment, wanting to come in. The man is a little reluctant about
I don't
even
need
coming
no other
in.
man telling me what I need to do.
Right.
It takes a minute for them to even come in and see and get an aura or a vibe or whatever it is that they're looking for them to actually take the information that I'm giving.
Right.
But the woman be like, no, listen, I seen what he can do. This is he the truth. Rock with him.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? So it's my profession to tell you off point.
Yeah,
like
I ain't as skilled as you. I am not
like
there
I'm
yet.
telling you now. If you don't take it, I don't know if you didn't take
working.
it anyway.
I'm taking steps starting today though. But Chuck Jordan, have you had any? What can I say?
Always.
Yeah. What we talking about?
Always.
Have you had any?
Always, especially because not only am I an engineer, but I work at the plant.
Right.
And a lot of people look at me and be like, oh, well, he's young. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. And I'm very observant, so I'm like, I'm very knowledgeable in what I talk about. And if I don't know, I'm quick to ask. Mm-hmm. Because my granddad always told me, assumptions will have you looking like a dumbass. If you assume that you know something without actually having the actual information, you're a fool.
Right.
So I don't like to be played the fool, even though I'm silly, so I joke a lot. So, but I still like to be knowledgeable when I need to say something. So when I do speak, I'm coming to you from a knowledgeable place. And another thing is, I've always learned to not come hostile. If I come to you with guns drawn and be like, I'm telling you this because I know it, you're gonna be very hesitant to receive it.
Yeah.
Right.
As opposed to, hey, I don't know if you need help. I got this.
Yeah.
My hands are up. Don't shoot. Like I'm coming to you.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Coming to you hey, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm actually asking if you need help. And then as far as being an engineer, a lot of we know most of us are in the music. A lot of us come in thinking we know exactly everything we want. Or put that reverb on. I'll be like, some clients, I'll be like, all right, well, I'm going to show you what I can do. Like you might be like, well, do this. I'll do it exactly how you asked. And then on the side, I'm going to do it the way I think it should be done.
Right.
And I'll show you a comparison.
And then I play both of them for you.
Right.
And some of them usually be like, oh, that was cold as hell. I didn't think about that. Mm-hmm. Hey, and then they'll come to me the next time like, hey, you got anything you think could make this better? And now we're building up the rapport to where now you're building up trust to where now a lot of my clients, they trust me when I be like, hey, man, you should try this. All right, bet.
Right.
And then sometimes they'll bring people in with them, and I'll still be giving advice. I know what I'm doing. No problem.
Right.
And then I'll still go back to doing your way, but I'll also do my way, and then I'll let you see. And if you shut it down, okay, then I know moving forward with you, not everybody, but with you, never give you any ideas no more because you got it.
Right, you got it.
So then when they drop the song, they be like, "Hey, who mixed this?
You is Neo on
this
the track.
Why didn't they do this and that? I mean, I ain't want all that. Like you should probably should have let him.
Not gonna say I ain't want all that.
Right.
Once you hear the feedback of it's not good. Oh man, he did that. The engineer did that. It's not my fault anymore. I'm blaming
that's
him.
what he did. He's like, well, I heard some other songs that he did. It didn't sound like
I don't
this.
think a lot of people realize as far as Like even like my homeboy who's a producer, he'd be like, a lot of people don't realize if you tell me to put the snare off tempo, that's still my work. It's not just your song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the producer. So for me, I'm like, you don't realize I'm the engineer.
Yeah, my name is still on
Like
this.
my name is still attached to this. Now the good thing is I've been engineering for such a long time where I have enough credits to where the small little skews, they be like, it had to be the client and not him. But if it wasn't for that, like even when me and Abe was talking recently, I was like, for certain things, I want for Holy Shhh, I want it ran like this. I want this and this because I see this and this and move it like this and this. Like even just for example with our merch, we got merch. I was like,
oh, new merch too, brand
we got new merch.
Everybody but Ryan, his coming tomorrow.
But I was like,
I'm late to everything.
I like how I still want to rep Holy Shhh with everything. So if anybody remember my first one, I had the OCJ, but on the bottom it had the Holy Shhh, the HS for the Roman Reigns. My new one has the same exact thing. It has I just want to brand more so what we're doing more exposed to what we are. Mm-hmm. And with saying that, it's like a lot. I've learned taking business advice from other men, and it's like I don't know everything. I'm very open to receiving, just like he gives me advice on not cutting everybody off all the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I know for you, it might be hard for you to tell me, but I'm like, I'm open to these things. Right. If you never told me, I would still just, oh no, coach. No, sometimes you need.
About that breakfast I had. Nigga, we talking about wrestling.
Yeah, but sometimes you need guidance. Right. And also sometimes you need to not always just, like I said, don't walk into the room and with a loaded gun. But for you, I would say everybody's not the same.
Right.
Like there's 4 of us in this room. He might take it a certain way. We might not.
Right.
But if you go off your reactions to him, we'll never get the information, but we might be the ones that need it.
And I'm trying to learn that. I'm trying to break that wall
because
down.
He said a lot.
Because at the end of the day, my last thing, I'm going to say this, I'm done. My granddad used to always tell me, R.I.P., he was like, a lot of people fuck around and miss the message because they so focused on the messenger. Mm-hmm. You missed the goddamn message.
Talk about it.
I see that all the time. I don't think that's a man issue either. I think that's a people issue. Yeah. Because it's so much information that a lot of women can receive, but they don't like the way you said it, so they didn't hear nothing. And then they go about it, and then you're like, yeah, if you would have listened to what this person was telling you, you wouldn't be in this situation. I know for me personally, when it comes to giving people advice, I have to learn how to cater, like Coach was saying, I have to learn how to cater my delivery to other people. Because I'll just tell you, if I feel like I'm and how you take it.
You know you musty.
You know, how you take it is how you take it. But know that it's coming from the heart. Because especially if you know me, you know there's no ill intent behind it. But I'm telling you because I feel like you need to know.
Right.
Certain people, like he said on the music tip, there's certain people that I've worked with that I probably won't work with anymore. Because I will give you all these vocals, these harmonies, all this stuff, and then you went and pick and chose each one, and they don't sound as good together, like by themselves, but together, I gave you the roadmap. You was like, I'm gonna take a detour, and then it doesn't sound like it, but that's my voice on there. I'm on the song. The song sounds terrible, and I'm on it, and I'm like, that's not how I gave it to them.
Right.
So there are certain people that doesn't like taking advice because they think they know everything.
Yeah, man. I used to be that person.
Yeah,
I really did.
So I do pick and choose who I interact with or I give advice to or even I work with, especially with music, or even with giving advice to people. Sometimes you see people that just don't receive it. I'll give you the information. I know you're not going to receive it. So when it doesn't work out, you're going to look at me and be like, don't say it, Ron. So I didn't say anything. I didn't say I told you so. I just I gave you the information. At some point, so maybe I should start listening to Ron because he's giving me some really good advice. So I think it's an ego thing with both people, the person that's giving the information and the person that's receiving it. Because if I give you information and you don't take it and it don't end up well for you, that doesn't mean I'm not going to give you information anymore. I'm going to just keep giving you good information and eventually, hopefully, you'll be like, yeah, maybe he got some good ideas. Let me start listening to him.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Sometimes.
Do y'all give homeless people money?
No.
Sometimes.
Depends on who.
You
I
said
feel
no.
I feel they energy,
Okay.
and if I feel it, I do.
What makes you not give it to them?
If I don't have it,
If
if I don't
they-
have,
that's
if
a
I
good-
don't,
that's
if
a
I
good
don't
one.
have it to spare,
If they look capable of getting it on their own, I don't give it to them.
Okay.
because I don't want to judge anybody.
Right,
Like,
right,
if
right.
I don't have
Why
it,
don't you?
I've given it one time, and that was because they shocked and amazed me. I was downtown leaving Kobo car show, and the dude pulled out a saxophone. None of the little pipes, just the saxophone. Grabbed a piece of cardboard, ripped it off the little box, and made the little. I'm a musician. I understand you can't. There's certain shit you
This
need
ain't supposed
to
to
make
work. Right.
right.
This ain't supposed to work.
Put the little thing on, took a rubber band, wrapped it around, put the thing on, put his fingers in the holes, and I'm like, get the fuck. I was like, he ain't. He's like, I was like, oh, hell no.
where my wallet at?
Here, like, wow. But for me, I got fucked up due to the fact that my mom's dad once told me a story, and it just fucked me up to where I don't give away.
The reason I ask is because a lot of people say they don't give to the homeless because they don't know what they'll do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But listening to everybody speak, that's what kind of gave me the inclination to say it, because it's literally just our job to give.
Yeah.
It's your job to receive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's our job to give. It's your job to do what you're supposed to do. I did my part.
Yeah.
Now you got to do your part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we constantly think about what you're going to do with the information, and we think you're not going to use it, so I'm not even going to give it, then now I'm not doing my job.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what I
kind of
mean?
how
So-
that's how I look at it too. Like I said, I'll keep giving you the information. If I got the money, then I've given people money.
Right. The reason I brought this topic up mainly is because in like you were saying yesterday, you got to know why something's going on, then how to fix it. So that's an issue that I've been having, and I'd like to fix it. The only thing sometimes I have an issue with, I hate a person. You ever do something and somebody come to you like, I don't like the way you doing it. That's cool. What's the better way? I don't know. I just don't like the way you do it. What the fuck? Well, how the hell do you even know it's the wrong way? You know, so what I also learned to, like, when I want to help, come with a plan. Don't just come with the critique. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it led me to say, I'm going to start doing this. And I'd like to start today with you guys, if you guys don't mind. Just opening up a little bit.
That is a pet peeve of mine, too. People are telling
shit,
you.
I ain't on airplane. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, no, I'm not on airplane mode. My bad if y'all been getting static in the back truck. But I'd like to start now. You know what I mean? And I love y'all like brothers. We've been getting close, and hearing you just now say what you said about your brother, you wanted him to take a different route, and you just maybe felt like you didn't get the information right. And I feel like that this been on my soul, and I want to do this today, and it's with you, Chuck, man. You know, we growing up as kids, we didn't have the best relationship, you know what I mean? But we had a best friend that was a mutual friend, and he used to hound me all the time, like, man, Chuck cool. And it's sad that he passed, and me and you, we cool as hell. We actually tied together to the hip forever now. And I wish he could have seen that. And I love you like a brother, and I really want to bring health in your life, man. You know, I know sometimes you'll be like, you working out, you doing this, and you doing that on your own. But between the four of us, man, I would love to, like, just one day a week, us get together, man, and hit the gym hard for like 1 hour. I think we could find it and just make it like religious. And if we can all do it together and then at the same time help you out, Chuck, because sometimes we on the show and we just together, man, I hear you. I know you when we was kids, when we was younger, and you was more spirit than you are now, man. And I would just love to help us get together. I even took it a step further. Next week, we got a special guest. His name is Sir Lance. He's a personal trainer. He owns a gym out in Southfield. He's got an incredible workout program. He's going to come on here the next week, give us and other people tips on help. Summer's getting started. You want that summer body together. But, brother, I just wanted to bring that to the table, let you know I love you. And it's not just... we joke about, oh, you the big guy. I don't want the big guy no more. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be the big
I
guy.
don't want the big guy no more, no matter how funny it is. And I want to step up as a homie, we all get together and let's do this, man. Together, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Love you, bro.
Right.
You know what's funny? Is people at home would never believe that I actually was smaller than
He
this.
was.
Yeah.
I got pictures.
I got pictures.
I got pictures.
Did you put it in the chat? Or you
I
put It on
did.
the
I
top?
put the picture
Bro,
of me
yeah.
and him and my wife.
I used to be 210 pounds.
Doing backwards flips.
That was
on
my
the stage
heaviest.
And all type
My
of stuff.
heaviest was 210.
I'm 210 now, so if y'all can put that.
That was my heaviest, was
Right.
210, 220. But yeah, man, it just depression, stress, and food.
Yeah.
I think what the main part too is also what we were talking about, being able to receive, not just receive advice, but put it into action, or being honest with yourself. I know a lot of times, like I said, our not necessarily egos, but our just trying to be proud men and not wanting to accept help, because like I thought I knew what I was doing before too.
Right.
And I had a homeboy that got me started on my health and wellness journey as far as consistency. And I'm like, oh man, I got this. I'm going to the gym. I work out every day after work. I'm going in there and I'm guessing on what to do. Well, today I'm gonna work on this, or maybe I'll work on that. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of cardio, but I didn't have any like a structured program of actually how to do it. And I was like, whatever, I'll give it a try. And it's been, well, my daughter would be 12 this year, so I think. So yeah, it was about 9 years.
Right.
About 9 years of consistency, not gaining all the weight back, all that type of stuff. And when my weight went up, it was because of muscle mass, because I was a lot skinnier. So it's very, very important to have some kind of structure
Yeah.
when you're doing it.
Definitely.
I
Coach.
got a saying that I always say.
To speak on what you just said, for me, it's because I used to work out, and I have, like you said, muscle memory. My body remembers how to stay fit. So when I'm working out, I can do it. But the problem is, my brain hasn't processed the fact that you're not 210. You're almost 400 pounds. You working out is completely different now, to where people be like, oh, you got good technique in the gym, but I can only do like 3 sets and then my entire body's hurting, or I've done it the wrong way because I'm not doing it from being a big person.
Yeah, so that's why
And a lot of
it's
trainers,
important.
when I be like, a lot of trainers, they be like one person I be listening to was my cousin, because he did something that I thought was genius. He was like, I wanted to be a personal trainer. He said, so what I did was got as fat as I could get for a year, and then I lost it all. So now when I'm coming to you from a place where I know what it feels like to be fat. Because most trainers just, well, if you do the work and you don't understand how much I'm lugging around, this 400 pounds hurts. Like, it ain't just as simple as, oh, do 10 of these. I can only do 5.
Yeah, so I got, like I said, this ain't like a commercial for what I use, but I use like this thing, Beachbody, which is now Body, and they have like tons of different programs for different fitness levels, different sizes and stuff, and you just go in there and pick what works for you. And then you follow the program, and everybody has a moderator. Or not a moderator, what do you call it? Modifier. So this person might be doing it this way, this person doing it that way, this person doing it that way, and you listen to your body. And that's what it's all about. It's not just this is one way to do it and you do it my way. There's tons of different ways.
Right. But I just think we to the point now, no more talking. So everything you just said, don't even do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling you with the day tomorrow, and we going. Shut up with all these fucking stories from here on out. How to do this, how to
I'm with
no. I'm going to hit y'all up tomorrow, Monday, we going. Done with it. Coach!
I just want
Next segment.
I got another segment. I do want to give this one piece though. This story that I utilize in my life on a regular basis, man. I had a friend who had this dog, right? The dog was laying next to the little rocking chair, and I went over there and the dog was just crying away, just howling, right? I asked my friend, I said, why is he crying like that? And he said, because he laying on the nail. And I ain't say nothing. I just sat there for a minute to watch him cry and howl a little longer. And as he howled a little longer, I'm like, well, why won't he move? And he said, because it don't hurt bad enough yet. And that's how most of us are in life. We continue to do the things that we do because it doesn't hurt bad enough yet. Like, it hurt, but it don't hurt bad enough to make that change. So in hearing that, this is the movement. Like Age said, we gonna get off that nail and make that change while we doing it, man. Next segment. Here we go. How do you deal with pressure when nobody's around to see you break?
How do you deal with? Can you elaborate a little more? My brain's a little slow this morning.
So in life,
You know how early it is?
in life, we go through things, right? Whether it be financial issues, whether it be the loss of a loved one, whether it be relational problems, whatever it is, right? Where as us being the men in the relationship, the men in the house, we have to be the leaders. Being a leader, you have to be able to, in my opinion, for one, make decisions in life. You got to be able to make decisions, and sometimes you got to be able to make them on the fly, right? You got to be able to make them like right here, right now. So my question is, sometimes the decisions that we have to make be hard, be painful. It be decisions that we don't want to make. How do you deal with those types of pressures in life when you by yourself? Because sometimes we good at putting on a facade in front of people, like we were just talking about in the last segment. But how do you do it when you in private?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Ryan, you want to start it off?
I don't know. That's a pretty good question.
That
though.
is a deep question. I don't think I had to pivot
Okay,
to you
so-
like that. But I
right,
got.
so
Yeah, go ahead,
what-
Chuck. Go ahead.
What I do is I put my big boy pants on and I'll be like, get the shit done. Or whatever it is I'm gonna do. Like, I hate going to work. I always tell people the hardest part about my job is just getting up and going. But I'll be like, you're broke. Go get the money. Go get the money. And the entire time I'm getting dressed, I'm crying, I'm complaining, but I'm doing the steps of doing it. I'm getting my ass up and go. Even when my alarms go off back to back, and I'm just like, driving. Why do I got? Then once I get there, I'm like, I can make it through this. Yeah, I'm good. As long as that check clears.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess that's something I learned a little while ago. It's called the 5-second rule. And I had a tendency to know I need to take care of business and know I need to take care of stuff, but you don't feel like it. And I learned something from the 5-second rule. It's like you're doing a countdown from 5 to 1 and then 0, and at 0 you get up and you move. So if you got a decision to make and you find yourself getting stuck, you just count down from 5. They said don't do 10, because if you do 10, you can get to 5, and then you like, all right, well, let me start the countdown over. If it's 5, it's kind of like too short to even change.
Right.
And then so I started doing that and taking on the thing of, if I don't want to do something, what's the reason why? If the reason why is because I don't feel like it, that's not a good enough reason. So get up and get it done. And because like I said, I used to get stuck. Like you have, I don't know if it's an ADD thing, but you kind of get stuck in a rut, and you be like, I don't feel like it, or you try to put something off and procrastinate and that type of stuff. So it's really easy to do. So that's what I use. Like I said, the 5-second rule, or the mindset of what's the reason why. Ask myself the reason why. If the reason why is I just don't feel like it, that's not a good enough reason, because it got to get done.
Right. The way I just had to think about your question. The way I handle the pressures in private is one of two ways. It's either extremely positive and extremely negative. The extremely positive is I hate thinking. I hate being in a moment of sadness or upset. I am psychotically chasing the solution of whatever my problems are.
Right.
So that's my positive, because it puts me in a state of
Action.
what's next? Or am I going to work out right now? Am I going to edit the next project? What's next? How could I fix this? I need money. Okay, I'm about to call some clients, see if they need some pictures. And it's just like a nonstop thing. That's the positive. The negative, if it's not things to do, we were talking a couple of weeks ago about addictions. Man, I smoke some fucking weed. And I just try to clog my brain a little. You know what I mean? If it's nothing to do, and I'm getting a little thinking like, oh man, this and that.
He just went into weed mode. His voice sounded like he was just
Hey,
smoking
I'm
right
telling
now.
you, it's a hey man, my people who do it, the lifestyle, you know what I mean? It's like everything can just slow down for a second. and you can process stuff or handle it all a little better. So that's the negative and the positive, how I handle it in private.
Okay. So for me, I've been thinking about this question for a while, and then I recently heard a description of 2 words that made me be like, this is how I do it. So I'm always trying to prepare myself for what could possibly happen, right? And so I heard a definition not too long ago that said to plan is to expect everything to go right. Mm-hmm. To prepare is to understand that something will go wrong. Mm-hmm. So in life, for the pressures that I go through, I always try to make sure I'm prepared for it, even if I can't prepare for the exact thing that I'm going through, right? Mm-hmm. So just a couple things I can give is when my youngest son was born, he was born dead. And then my wife died also on the table. You can't really specifically prepare for that. Mm-hmm. But you can be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, if you're ready, if you think about it, if you can have your faith together, if you can have your strength together somehow, some way, right? And then down the line, then I had to deal with my grandson. And I was like, man, I feel like I've been here before. You know what I'm saying? So I was still prepared. And the pressures were my kids looking at me like, okay, Dad, what do we do? Mm-hmm. So I had to prepare myself to be able to show them this is what we do, right? 2 years after that, my nephew passed away at 2 years old. And my sister like, hey, can you come do the funeral for her? And I was like, man, I just did this 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like you preparing yourself, even if you don't realize it, just by constantly working on you on a daily basis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I constantly work on me and every area of my life on a daily basis so that I can make sure I'm somewhat prepared for something that can possibly happen.
That's why we cool, man. We do the same things in private, man.
You
got to keep building, man, when nobody's watching, man. 1,000%.
And that's the thing. A lot of people want that glory and recognition. You know what I mean? So they want to show people what they're doing, especially with social media now.
Right. Well, I want to pivot this show a little bit, but first let me read a comment from a fan. Quit talking about that pussy mental health shit and let's talk pro wrestling. So let's do that for Sammy929 and let's get into some professional wrestling. Which one of you fellas, Ryan T or Chuck Jordan, would like to start us off?
I can start it off.
Let's do it.
He said,
I got it.
Yeah. All right. So I know we talked a little bit about some health and stuff and health and wellness. And I know by looking at a wrestler, you can't tell if they're healthy or not. Just because they're a bigger guy doesn't mean that they're not healthy, or a bigger girl doesn't mean that they're not healthy. And just because they're a smaller person does not mean they're living a healthy lifestyle. But with that being said, there are some wrestlers that are bigger that surprise me with their athleticism. So, past or present, what is a big guy or woman that surprised you with how athletic they were in the ring? I'll start with Abe.
Off the rip, I'm going with Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
That nigga, everybody want to talk about his mic skills. What blew me away was that first time I seen that moonsault, and I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So that's like the main person that jump off the page at me right away, you know?
Yeah, Jacob Fatu was definitely.
Yeah, I think you stole my answer. But
I think I stole everybody. That's why I jumped right to it.
But with Jacob, he's big on certain days. Like
I peeped that too, man. I peeped that too.
Like he had a fluctuating weight type situation. It was like very noticeable.
Like a 20-pound jump from week to week.
I guess very noticeable. So mine would probably be I would definitely have to go with. Go ahead, Chuck, because I got mine in my head. I got two that I'm going with.
I got two. As you see the shirt.
Yep.
One is Bray Wyatt, and the other one is Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens. Damn, Kevin Owens is.
Both of those guys was.
Damn, I wish I'd have thought of Kevin Owens.
I mean, let me run with Big Bronson Reed, so because just to be able to jump off the top rope like
that's
that,
all we do.
Repeatedly,
but you got to be able to do it and land.
I guess so.
So we all said male, so I'm gonna go back around and see if you can think of females, but I'll give you a second. So come
on, you reaching here.
Wait. So for me, the the male superstar is Keith Lee. First time I ever saw Keith Lee, I was like, yo, he should not be able to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And not only that, he was strong too. So Keith Lee was the first guy I saw when I saw him.
What's my band name?
In NXT, I was like, my
Always
goodness.
walks away when people flying off the corner.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
Samoa Joe is definitely another one.
I think he more so. He's a great wrestler. I wouldn't call him athletic though. He's just a hell of a brawler though.
I like him,
Yeah,
man.
he's a little athletic too. With some
a little bit.
Yeah, he's quick, and some of those that Pele kick he does when you're in the corner, it's a little bit of stuff.
And a big bitch ain't good for shit, so I can't think of no woman. I've been over here wrecking my brain since you asked.
So this is
I'm saying, dog, it's just a fact.
So
I'm gonna go on one.
So believe it or
I'm gonna
not,
go on one. Let me give you my girl real quick. It's got to be my girl, man. Nikita Lyon, man. She kind of on the bigger side,
and she's
very athletic with the splits, the back flips, and all that other stuff.
So I'll give you mine, just to debunk what you just said. Piper Niven. Piper Niven. When I first saw her, I compared her to Kevin Owens when she was in that UK. Nothing. No, when she was in that UK, because she does a lot of stuff that normally you would think somebody her size wouldn't be able to do. The running and jumping off the apron, and she's really, really athletic.
She used to, you know what? I take it back. She used to do a moonsault back in the day before NXT. So,
but she can't do it in no tuxedo though. So maybe
she can't do it now.
Now they got her in suits. She can't do that stuff now.
I remember that. It is. She did. Shout out Piper Niven for that moonsault. All right, I take my comment back a little bit. A little bit.
Chuck, you got anybody?
I'm going to go with Tamina.
Yeah,
Tamina. And Nia Jax.
Yeah, Nia Jax is a little athletic, yeah.
What does it take to be athletic?
That's what I'm saying. What are the qualifications?
But I was talking about, you see, Kevin, like I said, Keith Lee, he did moonsaults and that type of stuff.
I look at athletic, like, you got to be
Piper
able
Niven.
to flip.
But you just said
Piper
Nia
Niven.
Jax, right? Y'all just agreed on Nia Jax.
I
so I'm
she's
trying to figure out what the qualifications are.
If you can't do a backflip in my head, you're not athletic.
To me, a little bit right now, Nia Jax moves a little slow right now.
She ain't doing no back.
So are you taking it back? Are you rebuttaling the...
I'll go to Tamina.
I didn't say Nia Jax.
To
I
me,
said Piper Niven.
No, you agree
I
with the
said
Nia
a
Jax.
little athletic. She's a
What that
little
mean?
athletic.
What's a little?
I don't know. Nia Jax, you got to do a moonsault is what he said. You got to do a moonsault or a frog splash.
Or a backflip. If you can't flip in midair, you ain't athletic.
You got to do a
I just think you need to
springboard.
at least be able to jump off the top rope.
No, I could throw my grandma off a building.
Yeah, throwing and jumping is different
Same
though.
thing. She could jump off a building too.
That's why Nia only do that second rope.
But that old bitch ain't doing no moonsault, I tell you that.
He said, Grandma, did you just do a moonsault?
That ain't gonna happen,
wild.
man. A moonsault certifies you as athletic, man.
God damn.
I'm sorry. All right. Chuck, what's your wrestling topic you got for us today?
Okay, so with TKO doing this thing of letting wrestlers' contracts release, and that way they can just
Getting
release
crazy
them that
out
way,
here.
It's getting ridiculous.
It got me to thinking with the great R-Truth, National Treasure, on everybody wouldn't have minded if he would have beat Cena for the title. But my thing was, with a lot of these older guys, and there's still a bunch of younger guys coming up where we're like, oh, put the title on this guy, put the title. Is there any older guys that you wouldn't mind seeing get one more run?
Yeah.
Or females, either way.
I could think of one right off the bat. It's Randy Orton.
I was about to say the same thing.
Randy Orton deserves
Second
one more
that.
good run.
You
Second
think Randy's on his last leg, though?
Yeah.
I think Randy.
Because
Randy's
of
talking about retirement, too.
Surgeries
his
and
back-
back
that back
injuries
is
and all that
bad.
type of stuff.
That back
But
is
also,
bad.
if you think about his longevity,
Yeah. Randy
Maybe I always look at
definitely.
Randy and see, I'd be like, he got about 5 left.
Nah.
Nah.
I know more than one because
So
he said he wants to go about 5 to 6.
He said,
But I was like,
last
I don't think
thing
he'll
I heard
make
him
it,
say
but I
was he wanted to retire, but he's not going to do it like John with like the retiring tour. He's just going to come out and say, all right, this is my last match or something.
Yeah.
Of that sort.
What I seen when he was on the bus with Cody, he said 50. But he's not. That's why I said about 5-6 more years till 50.
All right.
He said he wanted to retire about 50 or after, but he's not there yet. So I'm like, all right. But the way, like you guys saying, with his back, I think he got a neck injury and stuff. I'm like, I don't think he'll make it to 50.
yeah.
And he got a
But-
hot wife at home. Come on, man.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, you don't want to go have a
He's-
bad
Why
back
would you
and
want to
can't-
leave?
You ain't
He
want to have a
still
bad
like
back
he's
and
in
can't
good
move.
enough shape. Randy is definitely on the list, but for me, it was Sheamus. I can see Sheamus having one more.
Negative.
At least an Intercontinental run.
It wasn't.
At least
I
an
was gonna say
Intercontinental run.
mid-title or tag team.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about the main championship. I'm just saying a title. I can see. I think he deserves
A title. Okay.
one more run.
Give him the 24/7 title.
No, that needs to be retired with our team.
I thought we talking about world titles.
No, I'm just saying, just any title, even mid card. Just seeing one of the old guys get one last run with a title before.
You know who I would have picked, but I think they just let him go. Would have been probably The Miz.
Well,
Well, it's not official
Yeah,
yet.
they didn't. I don't think
I don't think it's real.
I think the Miz was actually that upset with WWE about letting R-Truth go. He said,
And I
"I'm
think
just
he's a
removing
troll,
and stuff."
and I think he just did it just to make us talk about him.
Well, it
He's
worked.
scheduled for several dates, and they usually cancel those right away. So I think he just fucking with us.
Yeah, it worked.
But
Make
you're
you
right,
think.
The Miz.
The Miz
man.
would have been a good because he still got the mic skills. He
Still
still
got
can
it.
get it in the ring like that. So
He ain't out of shape.
He
Look
did.
at it.
He also did have a great Intercontinental run.
Yeah, he did.
and it don't have to be the heavyweight joint. It could be whatever one, U.S. whatever. But I just think he
right.
should have some kind of title run.
I had a pick, but Ryan hit such a grand slam with his. I'm just gonna go with you too, man. I'm saying Randy Orton just for the simple fact I want him to pass Cena for the same reason I didn't want Cena to pass Rick. Rick, it's a certain respect that I have for wrestlers who give their life to this business. Ric Flair started a wrestler. To this day, he a wrestler. The Rock started a wrestler. He got lost in the transition, and he ended up, now he's an actor. Randy Orton started a wrestler, ended a wrestler. Cena, same thing with Rock. He's drifted now. I wouldn't technically. So I give those lifers respect, and I want Cena to have 2 more title reigns
You
or
mean,
3.
Randy Orton.
I want Randy Orton to have 2 or 3 more title reigns. He deserves to be the person to hold the mantle saying, I won the most championships out of anybody in the history of professional wrestling. Randy Orton.
Easiest way to do that is if he win a title and then somebody cash in on him so he lose it and then he win it right back.
That would be
There
beautiful.
we go. Got 2
there
up
we go,
real
2
quick.
of them right away. But he needs to be the one to hold that
Really
flag.
though, but
You know
so-
who I'm afraid might not get it is AJ Styles.
I think he got it.
I think
he tasted that. You know, he was at the top.
No, I mean I think he did. I think he might not get. He deserves one more good run.
Okay.
He might be Dirty Dom. We don't know.
He might. You never know. You never know. Coach.
Man, let me ask y'all. So, looking at how they doing things now, they letting people go. Back in the day, you would let go of like the dead weight. Right? People who hasn't been on TV in a while.
like,
People who
"Just
just
on
collecting the
TV
check.
last
Like,
week."
oh, we still signing your check. Let's let that one go. You know,
Right.
People who doing like the house shows, but you know, little crazy stuff like that. Now, you can be in a title match today and fired tomorrow.
Right.
Does that make sense to y'all? Like, is that
Not at all.
And the fact that if they fired Lyra after she lost to Becky, I would be with
Man,
it.
get out of here.
I would be with a situation
too.
like that.
I would.
But any other circumstances, maybe not so much.
So what I think what it boils down to is the changing of the guard. That's kind of what it comes down to. They have people that have been around for quite a long time and they're a mainstay. But if we're honest, if they are now, I don't understand R-Truth because he gave so much back to the younger talent. He was there for like motivation. He was there to keep everything light. He was just having him there made it better for everybody backstage, and they learned from him. But unless they're giving him like a restructured contract or a Legends contract or something like that, none of it makes sense for me. But they do have some people that probably it's about time for them to wrap it up in the way that their contract is set up. They're going to hang around and just kind of be around for quite a while. So letting contracts expire instead of letting them go, therefore they have to renegotiate new contracts, is probably a better way to do it rather than letting go a bunch of young talent that you expect to carry on once these people retire.
Right.
I see something that said R-Truth's gonna go to AEW. Like, where's Triple H off of that?
If I was AEW, I would snatch up Truth.
I wouldn't say far away from that nigga.
Nah,
do not do
TNA.
that, Tony Khan.
TNA is probably his
AEW
best
is
bet.
too real right now for
Who owns TNA?
WWE.
No, they don't. Not yet.
They don't.
They will probably.
I watched this shit Thursday. It look like NXT now. The way they film it, it's just like, man, what are we doing?
I think the owner of TNA is a newer guy. He's probably had much experience in the business as Tony Khan did at first.
Yeah.
So maybe they're taking him under their wing so they can build it up and then probably buy it and then have him run it. I don't know.
We got a wrap here, fellas. Mental Health Month. We're going to have more of this next week. Like I said, we got a special guest coming next week, Sir Lance, personal trainer. Going to give us, all of y'all, some great tools. We about to make this a thing, y'all. We're going to videotape these workouts. We're going to help the people, and we about to start something here, man. I feel it.
Let's do it.
But let's break down this weekly schedule before we get out of here like we always do. We got post shows every day of the week. You can either get it a half hour after the show or you can get it the morning after on Monday. We got Monday Night Raw. On Tuesday, you can see Ryan for a breakout start of the week or NXT post show. Wednesday, myself and Bald Bro, the Bald War Order, will be breaking down AEW Dynamite. Thursday is what you're watching right now, our main show exclusively on YouTube, soon to be moving to Patreon, so go over there and register. Shit costs now. But Friday, we got SmackDown post-show. Saturday, we got a new theme show that's coming out, and it's going to be crazy, or it might be a PLE that day. And Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we got our special guest of the week, which is my favorite part of the entire week of ours, because we get to meet somebody new, dive into their life, and find out why they love professional wrestling like us. Anything y'all want to tap into before we get out of here?
What is that one
What's
thing
that
I
thing?
always
What is
say?
it?
We got merch.
Yes, we
about
do.
it.
Fresh off the presses, brand new merch too.
Talk about it.
So if you don't know, I say here a lot. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You got it on the shirt.
It's on the shirt.
It's
Go
on the
get
shirt.
that.
It's on the
Go
shirt.
get it.
And I still have the OCJ shirt. Go get that too.
We all got new individual shirts. We got a new podcast logo. We new, brand new, and running.
And like I said, I got the Icon movement coming. You should be expecting that next
Big
month
things.
in July.
I know y'all see the videos.
Yep, I got videos
that's the
showing
video.
up.
We coming. We coming.
So it's me and Dutch Schultz, Icon Movement. We got a project coming out. Expect that in July. So.
Definitely.
And I have a project coming out this month. Men's mental health.
Talk
I'm
about
dropping
it.
a men's mental health project called Therapy.
Check it out.
Talk about it.
What you got,
Therapy,
Coach?
it is. Y'all know the book is still on Amazon. Make sure y'all go get it. Next book coming in about 2 weeks. So
2
be
weeks?
prepared about 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So we gonna get it in. I'm ready.
Y'all know how we do every day of the week, so I would say till next time, but it's tomorrow. So we'll see y'all then, and until then, it's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
Chuck Jordan.
King Coach, baby.
You guys have been tuned in to the Holy Shhh Podcast.
Some pressure.
Peace.
Let's go.